Hello and welcome back to another Critical Rocket. This one's short notice. This just kind of came out of the blue, I guess, because of the Thanksgiving holidays that are going to be in the North American region. They have dumped a new patch on us, and it has been very, very, very welcome today, because it has given us access to the Loki. Yes, I say the Loki, not the Hellbringer, in a sphere for life. Yeah, this is a 65-ton heavy that comes pretty well equipped. Dual ER PPCs, 3 ER medium lasers, 2 machine guns, and a Streak SRM-6 with a Beagle probe and, more importantly, an ECM suite. The first ever heavy mech in Mechwarrior line to have the ECM Guardian suite. This is quite impressive. I think it's going to change a lot of tactics on the field now, because having an ECM mech that is actually kind of maneuverable around the field. Standard speed is 81 kph. I don't know what its max speed with speed tweak will be, but I'm going to guess at least 100 or close to. So this is going to be one to watch and see how tactics develop, especially through the competitive sector of Mechwarrior Online. So yeah, the Loki. It's right off the bat, it's a hot mech. It's dual ERPPCs like the Adder will ramp up that heat very quickly. Its fallback weapons are not particularly easy on the heat sinks either. The 3 ER mediums, which you could chain fire, but I found them working best just being fired all at the same time, are a good sort of standoff weapon while you wait for your heat to go down. Obviously the machine guns are good at point blank range when you're just brawling. The Streak, I think, is purely there for taking out light mechs and ECM equipped light mechs. Obviously it comes with the Beagle as standard. You can remove the Beagle. You can also remove, it does come with a targeting computer in Mark III as well, but obviously the jury's out on whether targeting computers are worth it or not. But as standard, I left it in for this match. So yeah, the Loki is extremely hot. Its armour isn't brilliant. I mean, at 65 ton, you're not looking at a hell of a lot of armour, but what you are getting is a great support mech. Emphasis on support. This thing is not meant to go in head first. This isn't the Timberwolf. This isn't going to be taking the hits and coming out relatively fine like the Timberwolf can. This is a bit more like the Summoner. I think this might actually push the Summoner even further out of favour with clan mech pilots, because where the Summoner is, let's face it, is maligned, although I like it quite a lot. The Loki, just with the ECM alone, is going to be the default clan heavy for ECM these days. You're not going to see, I don't think you're going to see anywhere near as many Kit Foxes either anymore. Or I mean, the Mistlink, I guess, was dead on arrival as far as ECM goes. Let's see, obviously the PPCs are its biggest hit, but obviously you suffer the fact that, once again, like most clan mechs low slung arms, your PPCs are going to need to be aimed a little higher when firing at targets. All of your medium lasers are in the left torso, so take that into account when you fire. It's good for peeking and shooting with the left torso. Machine guns are in the right torso, and the Streak 6 is in the right torso on the shoulder. So if you keep that in mind, you actually be able to fire it over small hills when you're on a lock. Its speed's quite good. I would recommend probably trying to bump up the armour a bit, and the standard heat, I believe, management-wise, is 0.96. It's not terrible, but it's probably something you probably want to try and tinker with. I could see this build, this prime build at least, being changed. I could see a lot of people dropping the PPCs and going with like large pulse lasers, or just standard ER larges, maybe even ER pulse mediums instead. It has a lot of scope for people who like to tinker and make specific builds. As a default build, I quite like it actually. It was actually one of the mechs I enjoyed playing the most in the original Mechwarrior 2 back in, what was it, 1995, something like that, when it was first out. It was a fun mech to run then, and from my few matches so far, it's been quite entertaining. The colour scheme I painted in, as you saw in the mech bay, if anyone's interested lore-wise, is a clan's Hell's Horses scheme, which they tend to favour darker shades as a primary colour, so black and greys with a red trim or sometimes a blue trim. It's not unheard of though to see them in bright red with the opposite, with a black trim, but from what I could tell, the majority of them tend to go for black or greys, so I decided to go with a black and a very striking red trim for the mech, as I like to try and at least have the Clan-Mechs painted to some degree, looking a bit like their actual clan counterparts. Yeah, I mean, this has been short notice. It's cool that it's out. It's a nice surprise. Hopefully, this means we may be a tiny bit closer to things like the King Crab and the Gargoyle, which should be fucking awesome. I'm really looking forward to the Man of War Gargoyle as well. But yeah, this one's wrapping up pretty quick. This was a short round. I blitzed them on this one. I was lucky. Thanks for watching. More War Warrior still coming up. It's going to be the Cicada next, and yeah, if they keep pumping out these mechs quickly enough, we're going to be seeing hopefully the Man of War and the King Crab within the next, hopefully the next
New target
week.
acquired.
So yeah, again, have a good one, folks, and hope to see you online out there. If you see me, just give me a little salute, and you know, let me know you watch the channel. Cheeky, I know. James over checking out.